It's Kimberley and it's the Tafellager Park here for the preparation series where the Tafellager Griquas are taking on the NNC Pumas. A bit of clouds on top of us, but scattered and it's 27 maximum temperature over here. And there's a bit of a wind that will be favoring any side going from right to left. Whilst the Pumas last week came up against the Cheetahs and they did their best, seeing Eddie Fouchier scoring the 22 points that got them to be victorious with 7 up against the Cheetahs. They stick to the same side as they carry on with a confident team that has won one of the games out of 3 as they started in this preparation series. And the Griquas coming off from the 30-match losing streak with the 43 win over the EP Elephants. Last win was the 19th of July in 2019, where they won against the Pumas by 37 points to 29. It makes interesting reading when you see these players now looking forward to a winning streak as they started last week against the Elephants, and they're up against it now against the Pumas. And these are the few innovations that Saru has put up just to start and steady and up the tempo of the game and giving time to the clock. 90 seconds for a try, 60 seconds for the penalty. And the referees trying to speed up the game within the set pieces and the restarts of scrums. And these are the results with the Sharks, who were outstanding that first half, putting up the 45 points to 12. Have to mention it, Sia Kolisi scoring his first try in the black and white. A set-up try that was well worked by Spoon Kosi. It's a Griquas against the Pumas. Stormers and the Lions will be after this, and the Cheetahs and the Elephants tomorrow. Well, this game and this man is Mane Coutier, who will be running on for his 50th game. I'm not by myself, I'm joined by one of the Springbok players and former flanker. It's Warren Brosnian. Bros, 50th games for his union, and that's a special moment for him.
Yeah, it's a special moment for any player to get his 50 games for the union. He's been a great servant for Pumas rugby. He's played SA schools, played SA under 20, and he's a solid tight head as Mane Coutier. Of course, the Pumas had a great victory last week against the Cheetahs that you mentioned, and they'd be looking to back that victory up on the road here in Kimberley. Stefan Ungara will lead out the Tafellager Griquas.
Mentioned that they won the last time here at home on the 19th of July 2019, where they beat the Pumas by 37 points to 29. And last week they scored 5 of those tries coming from the driving more, which means that their forwards will be looking forward to getting into grips with the Pumas. Penalty try was one of those tries, and a hat-trick for Arya Lees, who will be sitting on the bench as the hooker. And 2 tries for Gideon van der Merwe. On the match officials, Twengile Jadazweni is our referee, Griffin Colby and Paul Mtaung, assistant referees, with Rasta Rashavanga, our television match official. Field looking top condition. It's showroom conditions out there. If you've been to Kimberley, you know this field has had lots of many stories and has picked up a lot of dead legs from just falling onto it. But now, nothing to complain about. It's the field that is looking in pristine condition. Bros, Griquas, what did they take from last week and what they want to show in this first 10 minutes of this game?
Well, I think the big thing is, then we spoke about it as well beforehand, Bobs, is their driving maul was very, very effective, and they scored a lot of tries from line-out. With that, they've been good at Kimberley, and they'd want to get this victory against the Pumas. They lost in Super Rugby Unlocked and in the Currie Cup calling to this Puma side. They would love to get a victory.
Well, that's a start they didn't want. And Eagle-eyed Jadazweni.
Kick it up, just told you.
And he just said to him, I want you to kick the ball behind the line. You can't kick it over. Look how far Tinas de Beer goes. Front of the kicker, everything just all happening. Discipline. They've got Fiat Berger here, one of the former head coach referees of South African rugby, and he's been asked to look after the law interpretations for the squad.
Yeah, his input is a technical one, and he gives a lot of input to both the referees and to the Griquas as well to help them. And it's great to have Frickberger sitting in the stadium watching today.
Chris was September, man who started last week. Contest it is in the front, and the Griquas looked up to have the upper hand. September. Oh, the Griquas. Really feeling it at the moment. And getting all the plaudits is Andrew Skitter.
I was speaking to the coaching staff for the Griquas, and on the tight head, Andre Skitter, he's come across from the Falca, 132 kgs, a genuine out-and-out tight head, and you can see the effect he had on that scrum.
Well, from that, they get bonus possession inside the 22 of the Pumas. Mentioned their strength last week. 5 of their tries came from the driving ball. That is 5 out of 7 tries they scored last week, nailing the EP Elephants.
There's always going to be a set-piece battle between these packs.
Along with Van Rooyen.
7-7, that's fine.
Zero!
Ball just to the front, but it's well read and it's tapped back, and Gideon van der Merwe has to do the dirty work, cleaning it up, and he gives it on to Daniel Kasande. Ungara to Van Rooyen, supported by his loose forward, Carlos. And Daniel Martins, you're going to hear that name because he is a breakdown specialist for the Pumas.
Okay, so I was on the other side. Sorry, I'll stand on the other side.
Daniel Martins on the breakdown again, being effective for the Pumas.
He's been so good week in and week out, Daniel Martins. An absolute expert at poaching the ball on the ground. Ball taken in by Andre van Rooyen.
Get on the ball, and now the ball is popped out, and Chris Wolf September, Eddie for Xiao, and a drift pass for Devin. This is Tapua Mafura. A tackle from Tinas Debia. Losing a bit of ground now, the Pumas. Griquas trying to counteract, and they've done well. They've retained possession. Maxim Boni. Versus Stefan Willemse playing against his brother who makes his debut for the Pumas. Kicking it on now. Downfield, and Etienne Talliard. Bit off a knock and things. Etienne Talliard.
Reese, sorry, my bad. Yeah. Okay. My apologies. I thought it was a color call, but it was a reset call. My apologies. Yeah, time off. That's the mark. Shh.
Scrum now into the attacking.
Time on. Crouch.
22 for the Griquas. Stefan Ungara.
Sit. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's just be patient. The side you guys are already in. Okay. It's time off. There's the mark. Let's do it again.
It's going to be a real battle up front between these two packs.
Higher this side as well. And give each other some space.
Mox Nkoli, Andre Skitter, Alondre van Rooyen in that front row for the Griquas.
Morgan Odia is one of those players who's really come up this season at loose head for
Crouch.
the Pumas, with 2 experienced players inside him. Well, jumping the gun there was the Griquas and an opportunity missed. Pumas get a chance to breathe again. Safety of the touch for Shia.
Now, discipline's going to be important. We spoke about the set-piece battle. Discipline just as important. Still attacking field position for the Tafalaga Griquas.
Who's the receiver here? Who's it? Are you a receiver? Get in, please. Get in. Get in.
Van Rooyen goes to the back and he finds Stefan. That's Carl Als starting the driving more.
Number 8 is through the middle. 8 is through the middle.
And coming through the middle was Willie Engelbrecht. And he got his hands onto the ball and repelling that first attempt to put the pressure as the Pumas.
Good work there by Francois Kleinhans in that number 8 jersey.
I'm going to confirm this one.
Watch his head. Watch his head.
Pumas have gone with a 6-2 split on the bench. 6 forwards and 2 backs.
There we go.
And it's because of that heavy field that you were speaking about, folks.
I don't want you to move your head. Just go straight into your gun. Get tighter here. Get tighter.
Yes, you have to even put in the fact that they bust down from Nelspruit, making sure that we've got a forward pack that can compete for the full 80 minutes.
Crouch. 5. Sit.
And again, scrum not stable. Criswell, September. Eddie Fushia transferring the pressure with it up and under, and it's nice and shallow for competing. Who gets it? It's Eric Crenier from the Pumas. Pumas now into the half of the Griquas they go. September. Big, strong challenge from Carl Als, but well done from Willemse. Now Eddie Fushia. Adam Kichima double teamed up by the centers of the Griquas. Criswell, September.
First things first, you went straight off your feet on the ground.
Just down the field, doesn't find the touch now. Stefan Ungara looking for Maskole Banda. Unleashes one down across the field, and it's a great touch. Ball on the string.
Now, brilliant work there by Banda. The take out the air by Stefan Ungara. Was a beautiful kick.
Or what is unprinted? So the free kick was a bit soft. Should have gone.
Griffin Colby, one of our assistant referees. Someone Verstraat, another experienced player in the hooker. Struggled last week though in the lineouts of the Pumas.
That was a real problem for them.
Going to the back and it's to Engelbrecht. Grick was calling that the ball was not in straight. Now it's the Pumas to deal with converting the pressure from a driving maul.
Stay bound. No, fall. Penalty. You lost your
penalty against the Griquas. Now free ball. Eric Crenier keeps the ball in hand. Good defense from Michael Hasner. September to Fauchier. Martins. September, this is Jacob Willemse, the brothers meet. And the younger one says, I'll run over you. Simon Verstraat. Oh, they're going to talk about that after this. Says, remember in the backyard when I was younger?
Number 4 sitting in from the side.
Jacob Willemse making his debut for the Pumas at number 5 jersey. She's wearing number 4 jersey. And his brother Stefan Willemse will be playing at number 7 on the blindside flank for the Griquas.
Yeah, Jakob Willemse certainly brings a bit of weight into that pack for the Pumas.
Yeah,
spent some time at the Lions and was over in France, and with COVID just didn't work out, so he's back here in South Africa playing.
Time off for blood.
Well, they lost LaRue Roots last year.
He's a good replacement.
Jimmy Stone's felt that he needed some pounds back on.
Especially keep your original band.
LaRue Roots has gone to the Sharks.
And came back.
So, I'm going to call time on. You guys ready? Yeah. Time on.
Peter Jansen from Ferren. Ed Forshia now. Short ball for Martins. September. Ed Forshia. Williams inside. Talia was screaming forward. Didn't get him. Oh, Jakob Willemse. Met in the tackle strongly and meaningfully by Smith. Mane Kutia, knock on, man in front of the ball. A good hustle, a good scramble from the Griquas.
Yeah, what's impressed me is the line speed at the moment from the Griquas. Really trying to cut that space down.
Right there.
And pushing hard. Great tackle by Audrey Smith on Jakob Willemse.
What are you doing? Yep. Okay, perfect. Nice, nice.
Sealing off of the ball by the Pumas. Tackle comes in from Blackie Swat. And then the good player plays the ball from a knock-on by the Pumas.
No, the line is theirs.
Smith. Griquas trying to set up the driving ball with something that and it was very successful last week against the EP Elephants. And the Pumas here showing resistance. But they do get the penalty. Griquas with a free ball to play. It's an advantage to them. De Beer. Cross kick is always the call of the day, and James Veritiam too far for him to be of any influence.
Hey, you get out of it. You've got nothing to do with it. Listen, stay out of it. I understand you want the ball, but leave it.
Try to set that drive. They're just all a little bit too upright. Need to get the body position down. A lot of players standing up. It fragments and breaks up. And a couple of the Pumas players are judged to come in from the side. An opportunity here for the home team.
Well, they did make 5 meters from the 22 with that second driving ball that they set up. And now a chance and opportunity to carry on from last week's performance. To the front they go. Carl out, and it was a hard hitting. Man didn't even reach the ground.
15.
Oh, a bit of dangerous play there.
Number 2. Okay, yeah, you can take the line out. Line out option called. No, he doesn't have to. It's from the line out.
From the line out, you don't have to kick the ball out.
He doesn't have to kick.
Well, as Wengile Jadezu and his schools at the both sides.
Just make sure you're 2 meters, please.
So Pumas trying to stem this drive. You can't take the feet of the player out or take the player out until he's touched the ground.
15, 25, 16.
To the back to Zito. He felt that he was played in the air, but Griquas sprinting on.
I'm going back. I'm going back. Yeah, time's off. Time's off. Yeah, Mark's here. Captain, please. Right, clearly it's a tactic from your team. Right, we've had a guy in from the side, had an early drive, and now we've had a guy lifting legs.
Okay.
Right, we need to watch what we're doing here, especially when defending malls. If that happens again, you can leave me an option. Okay.
Can you just check, especially this back ball? Lifter comes right in behind the jumper, double bank. He doesn't make contact.
Definitely have a look.
So the Pumas have gone onto a warning.
Grabbing legs.
It's awful lot of Griquas at the moment.
Line-out was over. Line-out was over. So you have to kick this time.
Are asking a lot of questions defensively of the Pumas at line-out drive. They're going to persist with it.
Line-out is over, sorry.
Very nearly scored through Gideon van der Merwe.
1-9.
Van Rooyen. And the ball not in straight.
Not straight.
And time inside the 22, not converted into points by the Griquas. The Pumas survive.
Just disappointing for the Griquas. That's the right call from the referee. Disappointment for Scott Matthew, Albert Vandenberg.
Okay, time off for a boot there. Time off for a boot. Sorry.
Well, the experienced fellow decides to have a huddle and tie his boot laces. Simon Verschwartz is saying, felt the pressure on the first scrum. As you mentioned then, Andre Skitter, the tight head from Falcons, has really come on as a good signing for this Griquas side. Moxham Cloley says, let's go for it. Patience is needed here from the Griquas side. Pumas need to clear their lines.
It's certainly a scrum that the Griquas are going to try and attack.
Time back on.
Pumas need to get their right shoulder, make sure they get this ball out and exit this position.
6.
Steady from both teams and a bit of a second shot now happening.
First things first, number 3 at an angle. First things first, number 3.
Skitters being penalised, coming in onto an angle.
Yeah.
Morgan O'Dear, loose hit for the Pumas. For Shia.
Number 2.
Now, Morgan O'Dear certainly had a fantastic season for
Time's off here.
the Pumas on the loose head side.
He's setting up at an angle. You're number 3. Fix him first, and then I can help you there. At an angle.
Pumas going for a short man line out. 4 to be exact. Jensen from Furen, and it's relayed down to Ed Fouchier. Buys his time with the dummy. Daniel Kasande directly into touch.
Yeah, he went back.
Ball was taken back by those passes.
Yeah, he kicked it from outside his 22 as well.
No, you can't take it back.
He had a really good game last week, did
He did.
Eddie Fouchier.
Scored all the points for his team.
Yeah, got that all-important try. At about the 63rd minute.
Which is a bit of a cameo there from the drop kick from Devin Williams. From the halfway line. Easy. Gonna have her. Andre Swartz, who makes yards and he goes forward. He needs his pack to be coming around, and Zito invites himself, but the ball is knocked on. Eric Crinier looking to get some continuity.
Yeah, bring him on.
Not accurate at the ball carry into contact. Leading with that ball, needed to transfer the ball into the other arm, did Zito.
I can't help you if you stand up.
And Cameron Lindsay has come back onto the field, and Zito will depart.
Just make sure you stay square for me, okay?
Lots of the early territory being dominated by the Griquas team.
Pumas
Crouch.
just on a 22 now. They've been under siege inside their own half.
No, stand up.
Griquas
No, because you put
buoyant from last week's result. Just the mindset of having a win after 13-match losing streak.
Yep. No, I'm saying you are.
It just brings something else onto the training grounds, and it brings something else to the game and the attitude of the players.
100% every week coming back after a loss on that Monday.
I don't want you against
Training is not great. It's good to get a win. They want to back it up here. And they're certainly rolling the dice at the moment. No score, though. Just under 18 minutes gone in the first half.
Sit.
September. Foshia looking for space. Masikole Banda does well. Good field positioning. Going up with the up and under, touching the sky, and the ball sort of going away from Foshia, but he does well. Simon Verstraad opens up. Onto the breakdown, Griquas competing. Eric Crinier looks up, he sees a bit of space, but shut down by Andre Swart.
No tackle. Ready, set, six.
And Gideon van der Merwe has to let go from the Griquas. Eddie Foshia. Simon Verstraad, a little swivel pass to his captain. Foshia backs it up, putting on a left-footed kick, and that finds the touchline.
Now, a lot of that attack for the Pumas happened behind the advantage line. They were unable to breach the defensive line of the Griquas, so the kick eventually comes through from Foshia. It's a hot afternoon, 34 degrees. The first 20 minutes have absolutely flown by. The players playing at a high tempo.
Four-man lineup, Griquas. And that's Carlisle's. And it's a fun fight to that breakdown.
Number 2. Holding.
And holding on to the ground was Simon Verstraad, who's penalised. And good work from Carlisle's.
Over there.
Tennis to be out.
Yep. Were you happy with that throw, Griffey? Okay. So guys, make sure you're onside. Make sure you're onside.
Get a chance now to speak to Jimmy Stonehouse, the away side coach. Jimmy, first 20 minutes you've been camped into your hall. What's your take, and how do you sort of get yourselves out of this hole?
Yeah, obviously we make a few unforced errors, and then the wind plays a massive role. Apart from that, we try to run everything at the moment. I think Eddie must just control the game a bit and get behind them, put them under pressure, let them turn around a bit, and then get on the front foot. But otherwise, yeah, you're correct. We're down in our 22, and now we're giving away 30 penalties. Yeah, that doesn't make it easy.
The Griquas have really come up with a very hard line speed, and they really put you guys under pressure, although it's looking good now.
Yeah, well, obviously we got over the game line. They got a turnover ball. We said we did good. And yes, if we can kind of adapt to that and get over the game line and control the ball. You know, there's 2 breakdowns where the ball just popped out of there and we didn't control it. So yeah, just a little bit more control. Don't give away the penalties. Keep the ball in hand and play. Just get behind them and don't make that mistake, because one penalty and one turnover ball, they kick you back 50 meters and then you have to fight all the way back again.
Yeah, Jimmy, you spoke about the turnover ball and the mistakes, but you've got to look at your team. You've been under pressure there's character in this side. You still haven't conceded, and in fact now you're getting yourselves into good position.
Yeah, it's the second time now in the scrum. That first scrum we got penalised, so we got a bit back now. Make it a bit slower in the scrum, to work on the second shove a little bit later, and let's see what's going to happen in this maul.
Thank you, Jimmy, for your thoughts. And the scrum is on there and it's resuming, and it's the Pumas who are marching on. They've got their first chance inside the 22. Simon first try, seeking for the try line. Hit back by the Griquas.
Let's take her on the 5. Let's take her on the 5.
Can we just look at now breaking the 10, please, from the line out?
He was a receiver.
Pumas in the right area of the field, and it's their first visit, and to the 22, and looking menacing.
You just pick up a sense of urgency in that Pumas team as soon as they get into that red zone. They've defended so much in their 22. Now it's their turn to exert the pressure, turn the screws on this Griquas side.
6 man with the loose forward in the pocket, and all of a sudden, ball line out, an attacking position. Simon Vershaw, crooked throw. Crooked throw.
Yeah, well, it happened for the Griquas. Now it happens for Simon Vestrot and the Pumas. There was no compete from the opposition. Could have gone straight down the centre.
You sometimes wonder how much fatigue do the players go through training and having to execute these kind of plays and having the same intensity of a game. That's an interesting thought there.
It's a bit of both. Time off.
I don't know.
It's a bit of both. You guys are both overextended. It's getting closer.
Kutsia in jersey number 3 on the tight head for the Pumas.
Getting closer for me, please. Yep.
Yeah,
Moxele.
really.
Both of you are just hanging over the
Bros,
cliff.
I know a little bit about scrumming. Just legs underneath your feet will help.
Yeah, you got to
Just
get those
that
legs
shoulder
under your
outfit.
feet. Can't hinge.
Bit of an anchor.
Time back on. Crouch. Sit. No.
Pushing the legs underneath your body.
Got to get those feet close out.
Boys, just spoken to you about your height. You need to get that elbow as well. Right? I can't help you if that elbow is going down.
Gravity's winning this one.
Yeah, bind accuracy is so important. Daniel Martin's pointing it out to the referee. Got to keep his height up, keep his shoulders up.
What about bringing them closer?
100%. Bring the feet underneath. Walk them up.
All the props want to load and make sure that they punch into that scrum. Find them hinging.
Sit.
Special position prop.
Well, you picked up that sense of urgency in that Pumas team. They get themselves in striking position. Skew throw in the line-out, release the pressure, then come to scrum time. A couple resets, the ref has to talk. Eventually concedes penalty and you're back in near your own halfway line. It's a very soft exit for the Pumas. They wouldn't have wanted that result.
It's about taking those opportunities in his games, and accuracy and execution lacking from both teams. To the back, Carl Alves goes. It's a pure line out from the Griquas. And he starts to shotman a little more, and the line out is over. Big man is joining in now. Skitter at the back. He shifts the weight forward. Ungara. Swat. De Beer, long pass, and it's Mascole Banda. James Verretier gets onto his bike, puts it underfoot. Oh, sneaky, peaky from Devin Williams. Short ball, Martins into the hole. He's isolated, he needs to work hard. And
Number 8 on his feet.
Carl Owls
Holding on.
picks the pocket.
Oh, brilliant work there by Carl Else. The kick goes through from Verretier. It's really picked up nicely here. Great skills from Devin Williams to secure that ball. And Daniel Martins did really well to get back,
Shot call.
getting himself into a ball carry position, ran a good line, but there were no supporters to clean out. And he was exposed, and Carl Else wins the penalty for the Griquas. An opportunity here for Tennis De Beer.
This is going to be a strange question, boss, but there's a way to think that there is a hold, have a go.
On the, yeah.
Then there must be another thought that how do I keep this ball alive?
It's such a difficult one because you get through the hole and you're gone. And he ran a good line. He did run for the space. There just was no support to come and clean out that over him. He can't influence the support. The support's got to get there. If he was able to get there, someone else should be able to do it as well.
Change of tactic here. Griquas converting the pressure where Tennis De Beer. That's a 3-point lead now for the home side.
Yeah, he's had a couple of good games here. Has Tennis De Beer for the Tafalago Griquas. At SA Schools and SA Under 20.
How important is that though, bros?
Got to get the points. Put them in the bag. Just start stacking them up.
For sure. Launches. Lindsay gets up, but well taken by Carl out behind the man.
Ball's available.
Ungara. Audrey Smith. Hit back by Jaco Willemse.
Use it now.
The captain, Ungara. Ball just in field to Pio Mafura. Rises above everyone. Secures possession for the Pumas. Williams. Oh, Williams. Oh, sneaky, but got caught by Willemse. Good work and pressure on the breakdown from the Griquas. Morgan Nodia using footwork. September.
Use it.
Marnik Kutia on his 50th. He says, give it to me, son. Let's carry on. And he turns it over.
There's a point of contact.
Gideon van der Merwe.
Gee, they're playing some heated breakdown on the Griquas at the moment. We saw Carl Else. Now we see Gideon van der Merwe. Pumas trying to launch.
Post again.
Bit far this time for Tennis De Beer.
Tennis De Beer takes his team into the half of the Pumas.
It's the carry from Kutsia. Well met there by Skitter and company. Goes to ground and in goes Gideon van der Merwe straight away. Competes and wins the penalty.
They're rugged and raw, the Griquas.
I saw it differently.
A tough man up front is led by Gideon van der Merwe. Carl Owls, good shift from the loose forwards, and they tied 5 as shown last week. They can do this.
That's straight. Line out's over.
Driving ball is set up for them. Jaco Willemse has got amongst them. It's a ruck now. Ungara. Andre Swart is the man who's been asked to give him yards. But he ran into some strong players and they've held him up into a mauling position. Ball not touching the ground. It's a turnover. It's getting spicy here.
No. Time off.
There's certainly a little bit of needle between these two teams. They measure each other against each other.
Full time off. Okay, Fats, I'm
Daniel Martins did so well, went straight on the ball, holds Swart up along with Eddie Fouchier. It becomes a maul. And then once it goes to ground, they don't have to roll away and they win the scrum feed. We're looking for possible foul play.
Just get the captain, please. Okay, boys. Do you understand? There's a bit of niggle in the game, right? Let's get the niggle out. If we don't get the niggle out, you guys are going to force my hand. I'm not going to speak about this again. There was a push and shove after the whistle. It ends now. We're going to restart with the scrum.
Mind if we have a chat first?
Yep, have a chat.
It's a Pumas ball because they're the ones who turned it over from that ball taken into contact and said to be a maul. Ball never touched the ground. And Crystal September will resume by putting the ball into the scrum, but it's the first 16 that have to muscle each other up.
Well, you've got to look at this game in the context of where we are in the season and what's going to happen thereafter. You've got these two teams, Griquas, the Pumas, playing against each other, both desperately want to finish this preparation series with a victory, with a W behind their name. That's why there's a little bit of niggle in this game. There's nothing else in it but pride, but they want this victory desperately, and we can see it at the moment from both teams.
And both teams won last week. Griquas up against the Elephants, 43-0, 22-15 against the Cheetahs. Whilst the Pumas, and they get the advantage of the penalty. And Morgan Nodia doesn't look good. There's a loose head. It looks to be touching up onto his calf muscle.
Are you cramping? It's off.
For Shia.
Okay, time off. Is he coming off or is he staying? Is he coming off? Alright.
Yeah, Morgan Nadir, the man
Get a
that's
sub on him. Time is off.
getting a little bit of attention. Looks like he's cramping. There has been a lot of water. The field is heavy.
Captain, can you make a sub on him? Okay. But he says you can't continue.
Yeah, he says this. Doctor.
Yep. Yes, right.
Seem that it won't carry on and it'll be
It's got to be more serious.
And it's serious. Deervalt Marit. Actually, it's Prinsloo. No, it's Deervalt.
Yeah, very sad.
That is Deervalt.
That's Deervalt Maritz, but very sad for Morgan Nadir to be going off. He was the Pumas Carling Curry Cup forward of the year. Been really strong in that loose head position.
Yeah, hold.
No, two props change jerseys. Normally at 18 is a tight head.
Okay, time on.
17 is a loose head. On we go, Pumas. On to Peter Janssen van Vuur, and this is Daniel Martins asking Talia to take it up. Met well by Alanda van Rooyen around the corner, meaningfully. And Eric Quenya, this is Mark Sincoli. Bit of a Hasner. Michael Hasner to the half, to the 10-meter line inside the half. They go. Tinus de Beer changes tactic, turns the Pumas around. Talia having to track back all the way into his 22. This is good game management from the young man.
It's amazing how good defence can change things, especially when you've got this Pumas team that were trying to launch against the Griquas. They got over the advantage line. We saw Etienne Talliard get over the advantage line. A big hit from Alanda van Rooyen. They then change the momentum. They turn the ball over. Tinus de Beer hacks it downfield. And it's all territory now again for the Griquas. On the back of good defence.
Good game management is about your 10, looking after his front. Tight 5, making sure that they see the ball in front of their eyes. Very strong to Willems, back to Ed Fouchier, who strikes it well. Still inside the 22. There's the Pumas. And that is just from good planning from the Griquas.
It's good planning, and then it's slow ball off the top, and it just took time to get to Eddie Fouchier, and because it was off the top, the forwards from the Griquas could run through and apply a lot of pressure onto Eddie Fouchier, so he didn't win that many meters with that kick.
For the Maverick in the front. Good defense from the Pumas. And Kleinhaus stealing that and Monica. Now it's time for the Pumas to get excited. They've got ball and they decide, no, let's move it on into on-field and Maskole Banda. He looks up, transfers pressure with the up and under. Tanya took his eyes off her. And Cameron leads it with a bit of a cross kick. This is Daniel Cassander. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll take. Yeah.
Oh, he works again in different ways. But Lindsay will be proud of his Liverpool pass.
Okay. Cool. Rasta, I'm coming up to you.
Yes, Jadas.
On-field decision is try. Obviously, we've got a grounding. However, I just want to have a look if number 14 wasn't in front of the kicker.
So I'll repeat, Jadas, your on-field decision is a try. We're just checking if number 14 was in front of the kicker.
That's correct.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'd go back for the scrum.
Hoofs it.
Jadas, so
Yes, Fat.
you may stick with your on-field decision
bake off that.
of a try. The player is clearly behind the kicker.
Okay, so let me repeat. I can stick with my on-field decision, which is a try. Number 14 was clearly behind the kick.
Yes, that's it, Jadas.
Thank you.
Bringing it to his
Tim
ready.
was checked. He was clearly behind. Sticking with the on-field decision try.
Backed up by technology from
Big smile on the face of Cameron Lindsay. That's got to count as an assist.
brilliant assist
A brilliant assist from
on
Cameron
both
Lindsay.
games. Football and rugby.
Talia just took his eyes off the ball at the last minute, looked at Angra. Kasende kind of like slowed down. He kind of thought he was going to play inside, and then he just went, gave that little goose step. And that's the first try of the game. They've tried to launch from drive. They've tried to launch from line out, been unable to do it, and eventually they get it in this fashion.
Well, it's a kicking game that has really turned it for them on this half. Plugging Pumas inside at 22 for about 30 minutes. And now they get a chance to attempt conversion, yeah, and to make it a double-figure lead. De Beer and pulls it. Doesn't get the draw you wanted.
Yeah, good following up. The lock's got to get himself in the position to do that. He does it. And good control from Kasende. There's no defence at the back there for the Pumas.
For Shea. Carlhouse. Good run from the 8th man. Oh, he's rugged. He's tough. But he's held up now. And ball is recycled. And a penalty and ill discipline from the Pumas. Just conceded a try.
Became a ruck now. 8.
De Beer. Oh, that's a brilliant kick.
You spoke about the kicking display. You spoke about the strategy from kick. And that's what we're seeing at the moment. They're controlling it in this first half.
Too long. Okay.
Using that wind.
Oh, it's just cheap yards.
Yeah, 63% of their possession with the Griquas. 69% of it being played in the Pumas half.
Cameron, in the air, come back down immediately, please.
Pumas, discipline. There's 4 penalties more than the Griquas have given, and they're away from home.
So the 15
to the back, and they go with Carlhouse, and now it's a sprint from the forwards. Opportunity opens up both sides of the field. They've been called to use it once. They're in full control here. Ungara looks left, looks right. blind side looks more like the choice they should go for. And a penalty advantage. That makes it 10 penalties given in the first half only.
And I think he's going to his pocket.
It's still more. It's still more. No, you threw the middle, but you can't collapse it. It's still more. She can't collapse it. It's still more. He's through the middle. Yeah. He still can't collapse the more.
Well, the normal standard is to give away 10 penalties a match.
We're on 10 in the first half for the Pumas. Discipline being their Achilles heel.
What's your thoughts on this? Taking the kick for the post?
Well, I think it tells you what they just want this victory. They are so desperate to back it up. And we would never have questioned this 4 or 5 years ago. Stack the points, get them, build that lead, get to 15, get to 16. Then you can start moving it around. Points are on offer, take them. They've had many a chance from 3-4 meters away and they haven't been able to take the points.
De Beer converts, it's 11 points to 0. And the Griquas are onto the lead. Very Angrebacht. Sent to the sin bin. He'll be joining us on the 48th minute in the second half. For this last 2 minutes. It'll be the 14 Pumas players up against the Griquas 15, who lead by 11. Fouché goes deep. Lindsay. Daniel Cassandra reacts pissed.
Use it on.
Stefan Willemsen.
We're inside.
Unger still inside. He's told to use it. And it's a knock on and a bit of an advantage for.
That's a knock.
And all of a sudden, again, everyone has decided to show off how much gym they've been doing. Well, the jerseys are holding up.
Yeah, time's off.
Oh, time is off.
I'll take that.
It's just kicked off, yeah.
Something in the
Behind there, yeah. All right, okay. I'm going to have a look anyway. Fats, coming up to you for possible foul play from Pumas number 6. And then I just want to see what happened thereafter, because I've got a feeling that he went over leading with his feet first. It is going to be a penalty against you for kicking the ball out of his hands. It's a good thing that you didn't make contact with his hands, otherwise he would have been in the bin. Okay, we need to settle down.
Well, for the flying kick,
He kicked the ball.
he loses yards for his team, and it's a penalty against them. Pressure
Thanks, Fats.
is taken away from the Griquas, and now they will get a chance to retain possession if the ball goes out. Lander van Rooyen. It was 8 versus 7, 14 man versus 15. And the Griquas are the one with the number up and 8 points on the scoreboard. Clock has gone red.
Leave it! To tackle.
Ongara. Van Rooyen. And counter-ruck is good from the Pumas. And a short ball that could be deemed a bit forward, but Clearance is making the most out of it. All the way to the 10-meter line of the Griquas. Ball is low. Peter Janssen van Vieren giving it on to Eddie Fouché with the cross kick. This is Tapio Mafura. He lets it bounce. Verity Am is shrugged off. Banda Mascone Banda gets involved and has it. And coming from the blind side was Eric Kronya. Offside.
Time's off.
Well, a bit of language from Audrey Smith that was not needed.
I'm going to reverse the penalty against him, and he's going into the bin. He cannot use foul language like that. Let's go. No, stay penalty.
Watch, fight.
Yep.
Slabby, watch us, Slab. Just watch it first. Very much.
Okay, time's off.
Well, Pumas got the ball, and we're over about 2 minutes.
Time on.
And Simon Vashrat, who goes on to Jakob Willemse. Last chance saloon now for the Pumas. Stefan Willemse is through the middle, and Simon Vashrat shrugs himself off. Good tackle. And James Verretian, does he get the call? And then a counter up from the Griquas. Or are they inspired or not? Audrey Swart says, let's go for the oranges. Well, it's feisty. It's intense. It's two sides desperate to get one over each other. The last time that the Griquas have won here was in 19th of July, 2019. And last week was breaking their losing streak. But today, they're 11 points up with the try scored by that man, Daniel Cassander. The Griquas lead this one by 11 points to 0. Pumas trailing. Well, second half is about to start here, and it's 11 points to the Griquas, the home side, to no points in that first half for the Pumas. And they have, both teams have a man in the sin bin, Audrey Smith, the lock from the Griquas, and Willie Engelbrecht, the number 7 flanker from the Pumas. Two teams at 14. And Ad Forshia about to kick us off in the second half with a bit of a breeze slightly behind them.
No.
Well, waiting for that cue. Well, floor manager Lucky Maduna. Eddie Forshia, Carlisles.
Use it 9.
Ungara onto Stefan Willemse.
Stay, no. Stay there. Use it 9.
Griquas have to use it now. It's a kick and it's drifting on to the infield. Williams, bit of space, bit of opportunity for the counter. Forshia goes across the field. Change of direction from Tapua Mafura. Made by Hasner. Hasner has to roll away. Doesn't influence the ball. Low shot pass from Brendan Valentine, who backs up his run. Oh, nice galloping over the 22. He goes. Keeps it alive. Ball to Forshia. I'm chancing opportunity. A little grubber. Talion. Man on the midfield. Did he bite more than he can chew?
I've got a grounding, huh?
Well, he's got the grounding. English at this when he feels that everything was all good.
Yeah, there were options inside Etienne Talliard that he could have played. A really good start here from the Pumas. A few harsh words would have been said at half-time. They managed to spread it through, and then it's the kick through, spreads. Lovely little roll. He had options inside there and manages to keep that foot inside the field of touch, so it's going to stand as a try.
No, he scored most of the tries in that Super Rugby Unlocked and in the Currie Cup. He knows his way around in that try line. And Eddie Forshia, just an impressive kicking success rate. Kick, and he doesn't find it. That's 11 points to 5.
Yeah, the rugby's about identification of the space, and Eddie Forshia does this straight away. He realizes there's overlap. He's got to get it out wide as quickly as possible. He kicks that kick through. It's collected by Talliard. And they get in for their first try in the opening minute of the second half.
Make sure you're onside.
Good injection of pace there from Brandon Valentine in number 19. Getting his chance with the Pumas. Forshia just got so much time in his hands. Good decision maker. Clears the lines.
He was missed during the Carling Cup, Currie Cup by the Pumas. He had a dislocated hip. We had Devin Williams that moved into that fly half channel.
Van Rooyen goes to the back and is taken by Stefan Willemse. Carlisle with his omnipresence off the field.
You're never on the ball.
Ongara, what a hit. Take it back. It's a cul-de-sac. Once were clear notes.
That's how you stop the momentum. Bang. Get your shoulders stuck in. Get your legs low. Get your hips low. Get your head up and drive the man backwards. Masterclass there from Francois Kleinhans on how to stop the advance of the attack.
Black clot on the bleeding. Kick now from Eddie Forshia. It's a bit of that breeze I was talking about. Favoring the Pumas a bit for the moment. Just blowing across.
Yeah, it was certainly well used in that first half by Tennis De Beers.
Take the line.
Well, it's time for the Griquas to do it the hard way. Inside their 22, they're defending. Possession with the Pumas. Go to the front. Valentine. Ball is at the back, transferred well by Mane Kutsia. It's an advantage to the Pumas. Criswell. September. Oh, using too many thoughts there.
In from the side. Losing your original bind. Number 7.
Stefan Willemse, the man that's been penalised.
In from the side. Number 7. He lost his original bind.
Billy Engelbrecht joins us back from the sin bin.
Thank you.
And a change for the Griquas.
Number 3.
Fisser coming on for the tight head. Andrew Skitter.
A lot of rugby's taken place in that far right-hand corner.
Sub, yeah, sub. Time's off for subs.
AJ Lees.
Bring them on.
The reserve hooker. And Sbabalo Koma. Coming in for Willemse and Van Rooyen, respectively.
Bootless already. Just hold him there. Hold him there, Paul.
Stefan Willemse certainly got himself around the field in that first half.
He misses a chance to get one on his brother.
It was interesting to see what was down on the pitch side. Him and his brother, they were the two scuffling. Just before the half-time whistle sounded.
To the front, they go, the Pumas trying to get that surge. And they're getting it forward and it's over. It's up to the referees now. Twinging each other's win.
It is over the line.
Ball is over the line. Look who's underneath that. Tennis de Beer.
Get some good purchase here. Do the Pumas, their body position's much better. They got some, it's got keep low. They drive those legs. And eventually as Tennis de Beer manages to get his body in the way.
Okay, we've got new props on. Need you guys to square up, okay? Square up. Getting closer.
Oh, yeah, Lee's in the middle of that scrum for the Griquas.
Crouch.
With Fisser next to him with tight head, and Mox and Code is still up there.
Okay. Yes, I did say we've got new props. Time's off here. I did say we've got new props.
Diego Maritz, who replaced Morgan Nodier, the loose head for the Pumas. Simon Verstraat. And Marne here on his 50th game for the Pumas. Valentine on at lock.
Time back on. Crouch.
For Jakob Willemse.
Pumas wanting to strike.
Sit. Paul, what are you seeing on that side? Both props going down. Okay.
Looking for stability at the moment. There's a lot of feet moving.
Square up for me, please. Yeah.
Got to be very careful of hinging.
He's coming in because you're not square.
On that tight head for the Pumas.
Give him a shoulder. If you give him a shoulder, then he's got a target to go to. Fold and hold. Time on. Crouch.
8 for the Pumas scrum against 7 for the Griquas.
Sit.
Penalty to the Pumas
Hinging.
for hinging
That's up.
Griquas. It's a full-arm penalty.
What are you doing?
Decisions to be made, and the captain van Vuren chooses good touch.
The hinge is set to come from Fisser.
To the front again they go. Verstraat with the ball at the back. Pumas now well set, good body positionings, momentum's carrying on. Verstraat sniffing it up, looking for the try. It's a conversion of the pressure for the Pumas 8, and it's a well set driving more.
Sport in the game of rugby is about being set a challenge, and I think a challenge was set to this team at half-time. Within 8 minutes, they've scored 2 tries. They do really well here with the set of this drive. They've got great body position. He stays patient, does Simon Verstraat. Stays in the boot, stays there, holds there, doesn't break out too early.
Well, he's going off now.
And that's a try for Etienne Talliard in the 41st minute, and then a try from drive by Verstraat on the 48th.
Scrum pressure results into a penalty and a kick to the touchline, and a well-executed driving ball from the Pumas pack, giving this man a chance to take the lead by 1 for the Pumas. Not even 10 minutes into the second half, they've already struck twice. 2 tries. Bouchier. Oh, yes, sir. It raises the flags, and they take the lead.
Now, real accuracy here about the play at the moment from the Pumas.
Just hold on.
Liked by their coaching staff. Jimmy Stonehouse.
Changes for the Griquas. Mark Simkoli is off and Andrew Bierfunkel is on. Zwanele Zito coming on at the locking position. Oh, ball bounces off the chest.
Okay, first one. Lost from Pink. Second one accidental.
Now, when you jump, you want to get your hands high and try to get them closed before that ball hits your chest. He's usually very good at that, Peter Janssen van Vuren. Just misjudged where that ball was.
A good tactic from the Griquas, kicking
into that sun.
Yeah.
Height as well, okay. Yeah.
There's loads for him to deal with. But it's true. You lead with your arms, using them as your hands. Chance here.
Crouch.
For Griquas.
Bind. Sit.
Ungara.
Balls at the back.
Balls at the back. Oh, it's a very congested midfield for the Griquas attack. James Veritian gets the chance. Oh, Matazwa, great hands from the loose forward. And after that, it's a ricochet. Ball off Fisser. Back to Williams, who strikes one over Banda. And the ball just keeps on rolling.
That's brilliant.
Oh my goodness.
That is absolutely magnificent.
Talk about using the wind.
And what the Griquas did, I mean, they got over the advantage line. They had quick play of the ball. But on their third one here, they just get a little bit impatient. And he fires the ball into a player unsuspecting. It gets turned over, turn the ball over, put it onto the left boot of this man here because it's a handy boot. It's an educated boot. And it's a calculated kick that angles in and down onto 5 yards from the try line. What a kick, Devin Williams.
Energy sapper for the Griquas pack. And a boost for the Pumas. Prinsloo has come on to the tight head for the Pumas.
Come on.
All back to the full complement. And really feeling the pressure now are the Griquas. This is when the senior players need to stand up.
Yeah, the communication wasn't there. Line-out time was very disjointed line-out for the Griquas. They won it, but they didn't win it on their own terms. That's the hack kick from Tienes de Beer.
To the front they go. Again to set up a platform. Desire for them to make that advancement upfield. And Vestra looking for his brace. What a take though from De Beer.
He didn't hear the whistle. He didn't hear the whistle. He didn't hear the whistle. Number? Just check the number 8. After the whistle went. No, I was fond of that. Do you have the number for collapse? Who's it? Number 16. All right. Number 16.
Ayerlis has been called to
the ball was moving very
attention.
Fast. Cynical in from the side and collapsing.
Ooh.
Moore is certainly advancing towards the try line. Comes in, takes the feet. He's never in an onside position.
He just came on as a reserve. Scored a hat-trick last week.
Precious coming on the Griquas team big time now in the second half.
Valentine again goes up. Ball transferred to the back. Back is a better set for the Griquas and defensively. Trying to push him towards the touchline. Pumas being patient here. And they're adding all the numbers, bringing all their backs to Hump with the push, and it's a penalty try.
His number.
And England is ready, is dishing out cards. No need for conversion from a penalty try.
We spoke about discipline.
Spabalo Koma, he just came on. 2 reserves, 2 yellow cards.
Cynical.
That is going to be
What you guys?
a steep hill for this Greek society club.
That's not the impact you want from your bench.
Sorry? Cynical.
Turned at half-time, 11-0 up. Did the Griquas.
15 minutes in.
3 tries to the Pumas.
Kick off from De Beer and Kleinarts carries it back in field. Has made a lot of yards. That's 15 versus 13 out there. Jensen van Vieren, inspired. Zito, Van der Maver. Oh, now it's rugged and raw. It's real. Competing on those breakdown. Fierce. For sheer. Mascone Panda. He looks up, decides it's time for him to get on his bike. To the halfway line, takes the ball in front of his folds. Does well. Andrew Bierwinkel. Verstraat. He missed the first one.
Offside.
Offsides from the Pumas.
The whole back line offside. Never onside.
Griquas have got to slow it down here. 2 men off for a yellow card.
We go for post?
I'd consider it. If you've got the legs to get there, I'd go.
Well, he got 60 seconds to buy time off now. It's a good thing, otherwise it will have taken 3 minutes.
At least we're certain it's only a minute. These guys have got to be behind the very last man's feet at that ruck. They can't be sitting in the halfway or in the grey zone. They've got to be behind the last man's feet, picked up by the referee, and thus penalised. That shot clock is going, 39 seconds. Really think it's a brilliant addition that SA Rugby and Rossi Erasmus have brought in to the game in this preparation series.
Well, this to give him 14 with 2 men in the sin bin. Tinas De Beer strikes on it a bit rough. Didn't get the full range into it. And Tapio Mafura smashes back. Get him. Van der Maver, Mascone, Banda. Tinas.
Is it?
De Beer. Zwane Lizito. Stefan Ongara to Fissa. A little chop tackle from the Pumas. Discipline is needed here. Ball is slow.
Release it on 19.
Ongara looking to the blind side. Swartz. Maskolema Banda now with the ball. Zwane Lizito.
Clear release first.
Penalty against the Pumas.
There's a
And a bit of chatter.
There's a lot of talk out there at the moment. It is coming from both teams.
Discipline is key. We always mention rugby is played by gentlemen who respect the laws and respect the officials.
Vitally chews up a few more seconds here for the Griquas. Players off their feet, not supporting their own body weights. It's a free-for-all and the ref has got to penalise it.
Tennis de Beer, second shot at it. Penalty. Two-man Anderson, 15 seconds left. Strike was much better this time, and it's over. That's 19 points to 14. Pumas on the lead.
Their player got a yellow card because of that. Just be careful. Just be careful, Simon.
It's a pleasure, and it's quite an opportunity now to speak to the Griquas coach.
Sorry, time's off.
It's been a tough start of the second half, and leaking those 3 tries and not getting much field position, Scotty.
Yeah, a really poor start after half time. You know, you can't play this game with 13 men. Our discipline needs to improve, and we need to manage this period really well. It's been okay for us so far, but now the next couple of minutes going to be important for us.
Scotty, great energy in that first half. You want that in the second, but you spoke about the discipline, so crucial, because you can't just give soft moments to this Pumas side.
No, I mean, look, you can't against any of these teams, you know. I mean, if you play with 1 man down, it's tough enough, but 2 men is really a big handicap. So if we can just contain these guys in the next 5 minutes or so, then we're going to be in a better space. You know, get our players back on and we can play rugby again.
You talk about managing this time. How do you sort of try to help the team and empower them so that they can manage this time when they've got 13? Because those scenarios do happen. You have to prepare for them.
Yeah, look, we did during the week. So we take players out in crucial positions, and they have to do that in training under pressure. It's a different story come a game, but you hope that transfers itself, you know.
Best of luck, Scotty. Thanks. Well, back at it, and 2 teams really fighting it out here. Discipline has been an issue. It's been a very scrappy game,
it's very low,
unstable scrums.
But as long as you can maintain
and those 2 players that were off the bench
very good scrum.
Got those 2 yellow cards.
As long as you guys keep
and now your scrum, it's under pressure.
It's going to be under pressure, but I actually think that, and speaking to Scotty Matthew there, they've actually managed this period with 13 men pretty well. They've had the penalty, they've taken it, they've chewed up about 2 minutes there. They got the 3 points with the kick. So this little section now, whilst they've had 13, they've managed well. But that ill discipline beforehand was inexcusable.
Well, James Veritier goes and he packs down onto the blind side flank for the Griquas just to make sure they got numbers.
Yeah, and his balance as well, because that ball can skew out the side there by the loose head.
Hungara now to Hasnat, does well, wiggles through, playing his centre partner, keeps momentum, keeps ball. It's Gideon van der Merwe, forwards have been called on. It's all hands on deck, Griquas going.
Sorry?
Pumas say sit down.
Penalty advantage.
And it's a penalty advantage.
19.
Talk about managing this time. And Stefan Hungara says, yep, we've worked on this.
So what we're going through at the moment, there's a bit of a... And referee Jadzweni is just battling with his earpiece, but we having a little bit of a swing in momentum that's taken place.
It's now second one for offside, okay?
We had 3 tries from the Pumas.
2 for breakdown stuff.
And literally those 2 yellow cards have caused this Griquas team to come together. They played the field position correctly. They've piggybacked 3 penalties. They're going for another one at goal.
Something that it's fine, but when the message comes through, it's deafening.
And if he gets this kick, it'll be huge.
Taking as much as he could. Tennis de Beer. Strike. And the ARs agree.
There was never any doubt to that kick from Tennis de Beer.
Andrew Skitter joins us now, and it's good to have a chat to you. There's a big instability in that scrum. Would you care to just let us know, those ones who don't know what happens in that front row, what did you feel the problem was in that scrum?
Dis maar moeilik om sê ons stabiliteit was nie lekker nie en ons die opponent het bietjie ingeskram Maar is goed waaraan ons moet werk in die afseisoen en net werk aan ons explosion.
And it's a tough game. It's a lot of intensity has been applied and lots of pressure to your side. 2 players on the sin bin. Tough start for the second half. What can you do to make sure that you give yourself a chance in this game?
Jy maak die game maar net bietjie stadiger. Soos ons nou skop penalties, pale toe, bou die punte op en dan vat ons dit van daar af.
Andres, you're enjoying your time here in Kimberley. I know you've left the Falca, getting a little bit of a shot there in the tight head position. Your first scrum was pretty impressive.
Ja, was maar iets om gewoon te raak hier in Kimberley. Die weer is maar 'n bietjie taaf hierso. So ons moet net gewoon te raak aan die weer hierso en ons moet adapt hierso.
Thank you so much. You go have some of that ice.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Second back.
Well, Tennis De Beer now inside his own half. Finding such a tough situation for him. Ball is bubbling around. Had no options around, and the Pumas get the benefit of doubt in that breakdown.
Pause.
Good work there from the Pumas. They really threw the net out. They chased Tennis De Beer and he stepped on the one side and then stepped back into the whole posse of Pumas players chasing.
Yeah, now pushing the lead up for the Pumas. They take opportunity. It's 22 points to 17. Players on the sin bin are back onto the field. It's Carl Als who had to sit up because the hooker had to scrum. It's Aye Lisa and it's Babalo Oma back to the full complement. Griquas just trailing by 5. De Beer. Engelbrecht underneath it. Only knows one way, route 1. Oh, Griquas all over it on the ground. A breakdown work has been exemplary.
You're playing the ball on the ground. You've knocked it on.
Oh, he took it up like a steam train, did Willie Engelbrecht. Just loses the ball. Tries to drag it back in while he's on the ground, but there was you saw a little hand there, and I think it was a Griquas hand that first knocked that or dragged it back.
He was trying to appreciate the laws, placing the ball and getting up and playing again. Went against them. It's too much traffic to be doing that.
Tennis De Beer has put them in good position now.
Yeah. Number 9. Hold him there, bro.
Ashland Davids stepping up for the captain, Stefan Ongera.
Who's the captain?
Coming in to scrum off.
Really exciting little player, Ashland Davids.
And Tennis De Beer has taken over the captaincy.
Give them numbers, please. Give them numbers. 1 out. Time on.
Van Rooyen to the front. Pierre Verkel. But the ball is out. It's held up. Look at Engelbrecht just work there from the Pumas. Pumas nullify that attack and they turn over the position. And Ed Fauchier says, why don't you go back?
Oh, they make it look easy to the Pumas. Like a thief in the night.
What is that? No, it's very, very soft there.
They dispossess.
Okay, time off for that injured player.
The Griquas.
Time off for the injured player. Can you get someone to fix our comms, please? Time off.
Jonathan Franke can't wait to get onto the field for the Griquas as seeing Willie Engelbrecht doing it tough.
Can I get someone from our comms, please? Yeah, it's very, very soft.
Well,
but
Maskole Banda will be making way for Anver Brandt. Andre Swartz gives a chance to Jonathan Franke. James Veritiam goes to the back. And this is Simon Vishrod.
Yeah.
Man who's enjoying it sitting on the bench there.
Try scorer.
Well, he got a free pie.
He did well here. The temptation to break out can be strong when you're in that position, but you've just got to hold in, stay in the boot, and control. He had a good game, did the hooker.
Former Western Province Juniors. Man who's paid a whole lot of work for the Griquas, the side, and he's gone to the Pumas, played more than 60, 70 games for Griquas, and at the Pumas still
it's either very, very soft or it just explodes in my ear.
Giving a lot to the game.
It's extremely loud.
That's it.
Twengile Chades when he just thinks his comms are exploding into his ear.
Yeah, it's not a great feeling when that happens.
Just keep speaking, please.
It just gives a moment for both teams to take a break, have a chat.
A very important time when the ball.
Yeah, I can hear you. Fats.
When the ball is dead, what your leaders do, what you talk about, what is the focus. We're back to 15 men. That's what the Griquas will be saying. A few changes have happened. And the Pumas, chat, how do we keep this momentum? We've got the wind.
It's crucial. We've got to use that wind. How are we going to use it? What are we going to do? And the Griquas have got to think how they're going to work against that. 5 points separate. We've got the Cheetahs against the EP Elephants tomorrow in Bloemfontein. Last weekend of the preparation series, which I think has been a great success. It's enabled a lot of the squads to flex their squads and play.
David, short ball to Franklin. Change of direction now. James Veritiam looking for the ball on the inside, but he went to Elise. Pumas trying to do something about the breakdown. Griquas keeping it simple, keeping it basic. Carry, young man, carry. It's Franklin. Sbabalukoma drops one. Held in a tackle, driven back. Coming on a difficult arm was Elise. Well, asking a lot from that pass.
Now, when the forwards are coming forward, advancing like that, especially on an acute angle, that this man was trying to take. Elise. You've got to have a sympathetic pass. This is a bullet pass, flat pass, and very difficult for him to take.
Well,
let's go, boys.
It's the hand that keeps on giving. Francois Clenons joins us now. It's a bit feisty down there. It's fierce, and there's a lot of competition. What does it mean between these two sides when you get this chance to get out there and play, especially during these COVID times?
She's like, obviously it's always tough coming down to Kimberley. I must say the grass is a lot greener than it usually is. It's obviously a rival game as well. So.
I mean, there's a penalty going against you. I mean, just putting us into the mindset that the guys have. How do you reset from a decision going against you at this crucial time of the game?
Sorry, what was that? How
do you reset now as the penalty goes against you? I mean, it's a crucial time of the game. And how have you guys sort of worked around that to bring yourself to a positive spin again?
Yeah, Babes, I think at first half we obviously we worried about all the calls and stuff not going our way. Obviously, last 10 minutes has to be, like, discipline is going to be vital. Obviously, with the wind on our side as well, hopefully we can pin them down that side and hopefully get a score and win the game.
Who are the key figures of those guys who sort of maintain discipline, trying to get the guys to be in the right mindset so that they can execute the right things?
It's every player's responsibility to get in the right mindset, but obviously we spoke half-time about it. Just focus on your own game and obviously stick together and work on the game plan that we obviously planned for this game.
Thanks you, Francois. Enjoy the break. Well, we're back at it. It's only 2 points ahead, the Pumas here. For Shea, did he overcook it? No. Carlisle's ever reliable. Ball bounces back. It's Daniel Kasande. Griquas have managed with 13 men to give themselves a chance and opportunity. They just trail by 2. And a shot in from Mafura. Griquas maintaining possession inside the half.
Use a 9.
Slow ball, Ashland Davids to Andrew Biafranco. Davids back to De Beer. Tries to clear his lines, doesn't get much out of it, but it's out.
It's really going to go down to the wire this game. There's so much feeling between these two teams. Both desperate for a win. 2 points in it, less than 8 minutes to go. Most of the bench has been used by the coaches.
Give them numbers.
Kenta Smart's on for the Pumas, a number 20 jersey. Sebastian de Klerk at 21 on the wing.
Pumas up by 2, got the win behind their backs, got the field position at the moment.
Pumzila Makondwan at 22. Ball is transferred to the back to Square. Pumzila Makondwan adds a bit of meat and beef and weight and traction onto that back of that driving ball. Pumas to the 22 they go.
He's only through the middle.
And through the middle was a quick side, and they get the call.
He's through the middle. Number 8 was always through the middle.
I spoke to Francois and I was asking him, who are those leaders who turn to give that disciplined call to these players, because it's important. It can't just be everyone you sort it out. It has to be a direct and meaningful way.
No, 100%. So you've got to have those leaders standing up. You've got to have them being the catalyst, the spark, the flame.
Injured.
And discipline, you mentioned, it's going to be so crucial now these last 8 minutes. The team that doesn't make the mistakes, the team that doesn't make the errors and takes the opportunities when they come.
Mark Smith.
And every single moment now is important. Every single action that you do, you've got to be, as a player, you've got to focus on your next role, whatever that might be, whether it be cleaning, carrying the ball, tackling. You make sure you don't get it wrong, and you make sure you explode.
I guess the mindset is to contribute positively towards your team. Getting a bit of momentum, driving more, and you can see that they're starting to sneak in. There is times to take those momentum decisions. Discipline is not returning that ball back.
One of those momentum decisions was winning this scrum feed.
Crouch.
And stopping that drive from the Pumas by the Griquas.
Bind.
David.
Sit.
Solid scrum for both sides.
Taken back.
Davids, De Beer drives it and drills it downfield. 5-6 to 2-6, but look at this. Williams says, you guys have it. Davids concentrating onto the ball. This is De Beer. Davids, they play a 1-2 combo. Scrum off on the 10. Look at their hands now. This is James Verity. Yeah, he's a man with the X factor.
Breaks 2 tackles.
Lindsay, we saw him kicking once. Shows up, he can grab it. Now into contact they go. Advantage. Griquas, vital. Hasner says what? Davids. High Elise. Here, Cranier, effective tackle. Davids sees the space behind. Daniel Kasende. And Sbabalo Coleman knocks it on. But
number 19.
We're playing an advantage. Griquas.
Oh, it's the right thing from Colma. You've got to jump on that ball, dive on it, but it's just to hold the ball. Make sure you don't knock on a roll of the loose forward.
Late tackle by 19 Pink.
This is the late tackle here from Brandon Valentine. It could just be beyond Tennis De Beer's distance from what we've seen.
We've seen him kick them from there. And now
It's into
this
the
baffles
wind.
me.
It's into the wind as well. He's not confident on the kick, so if he's not confident, the right option, take the corner line, get it out, number one, get it close to that try line and get that drive working. He loves that kick, does Tennis to be out.
If they score and it's a converted one, it will give him a very comfortable lead of 5. As Gwanda Dimaza runs onto the field as a replacement.
Such an exciting rugby player.
The Pumas, and he's on for Willie Angerbracht, who has been doing it hard.
Got an exciting play, left arm carry, right foot step from Dimaza, but this, we spoke about the moments. This is one of them right now for the Griquas. Got to perform your core functions.
Straight in, line out. Lindsay gets it. He felt he was playing in the air, and he gave a look to Jadazweni.
The arms out from Jadazweni.
Wow.
Number 22.
What do you do here, boss?
Early. Number 22 was early. I was happy with the jump that they came down immediately.
But it's on the 15. It's got to be kickable for Tennis de Beer. 2 points in it. 3.5 minutes left.
Roll the dice.
Yep, line out call.
I'd be tempted to take the kick at goal, but it looks like they're going to roll the dice and go for the line out. Back their structures, back their line out.
It's been.
So he starts moving backwards before his feet have touched the ground.
Let's go.
He's deemed to have been played before he reached the ground. Is Cameron Lizzie.
You understand the confidence. Scored 5 tries last week against the EP Elephants.
Big call. I would be tempted to take the 3.
And today the Pumas have really worked hard at defending this. To the front to Mzwane Zita. It's good building positionings now from the Griquas. They are getting charged up. They know the moment. They can see it. The back line forth. They join in. They make more numbers. Griquas desperate here. Pumas hanging on. Advantage back to the Griquas. Ashlyn Davis to De Beer. James Veritian. Looking to strike. Pumas defend well. Penalty though. And it's a double blow.
Number 22.
Oh, it's been like this the whole day.
Scott Matthew barking the orders down the walkie-talkie.
No. Leave him. Get back. Let's go.
Ashton David's the man on the ground.
I need number 22, please.
Okay, I'll get him now. Just on discipline, we've complied for the whole half, and they keep going with that off the ball stuff.
It was both.
No, not here. I'm talking about there.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I need 22, please.
Number 22 is Pumsinem Hakondwana.
Captain's trying to put a little word in there.
Oh, no, that's a good transfer.
To try to drop it in.
Let's hear this.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarenchi. What's his last?
Okay, what would you do now?
Tennis.
You're going to go for the 5 points?
Here or penalty
Take the
there for
3-pointer?
offside? Want the penalty there.
Take the 3 points.
21.
Take the win.
Okay.
You can give a penalty away from the kickoff.
You can.
Yeah. Right.
Bet you got 15 versus 14.
Offside.
Well, that's why rugby's so interesting.
I'll take the 3 points. Get yourself ahead. Jimmy Stonehouse looks on.
The last time they won here, the Griquas, was 37 points to 29. That was the 19th of July in 2019. Last week, they just ended that 13-match losing streak.
And when you say that so emphatically, it just reinforces the fact. Take the 3 points. 1 point is all you need to win the game.
And someone who's been around for all this time is Scott Matty. And that's why he brought the message in. Well, we got a clock still going down here. 23 seconds.
Don't get beat by the shot clock.
Love the shot clock. De Beer! Yes, sir!
Doesn't waste any time, Tennis de Beer.
That's 14 men from the Pumas.
Racing to the halfway line, the Pumas.
As the Griquas just by 1 in front. A minute and a half to go. Tafellager Park.
By who first?
And it's just been scrappy.
Ping first.
And it's a knock on by the Pumas first.
You can complain it might have been scrappy. You can complain there might have been a little bit of ill discipline. But the one thing you cannot complain about is the hunger from both these teams. They've both wanted the victory. They're both scrapping for it. And neither team will give up.
Time is on. Time's on.
Pumas victorious here.
Time is on.
The last time they came for a visit, that was on the 17th of October 2020, by 6 points. And then away from home, they just survived by 5. And now looking here, just 30 seconds left. Crouch. 23 points to 22. Griquas with 13 men to 15 down.
Sit.
The second half. Davids. Oh, what a scrum. Talk about moment shifts. Princeton.
What a scrum. If Princeton gets the half halves.
Under pressure.
But it takes the entire pack to scrum like that.
Okay.
The pressure, the forces would have gone through Prinsloo. He would have channeled them
Concentration
through that tight head position.
Oh.
Massive. Massive. And doesn't he like it, Jimmy Stonehouse?
He's got a sharpshooter in the form of Eddie Faucher, a man who scored all the points last week. Yesterday he missed one. But no better person for the Pumas to take this pressure cooker. Kick to win it. Etienne Talia. A smash! And it's not a grab. It's a miss for Griquas. Rise for 13 men. 2 yellow cards in the second half. Leaked 3 tries against them. Pumas have been victorious against them for the last 2 encounters they've played. It was a 13-man streak. Now they're on a 2-match winning streak. And the Griquas staying up in Tafellager Park. That's a proud performance. That's the work that has shown throughout the darker times that there could be light at the end of the tunnel. If you don't know about it, it's called courage. It's called buying into the system. It's the Griquas by 23 points. The Pumas 22. Victorious. Griquas at home.